Hey, Laurent, good to talk to you.
Hi,
Just,
Patrick.
just curious, your reaction kind of. I know you talked about it a little bit after the game, but playing your guys' first home game, the crowd, getting the goals you guys got, and then how you can build on that heading into this weekend.
Um, Thank you. Yeah, we had a kind of a little chip on our shoulder. The guy meant so well. They were so pumped that I was kind of concerned that they would try too hard. Uh, but the opposite, they respond, and we were uh, expecting a good crowd, but we still were a little bit surprised of how well they responded. It was really good for our guys. They really enjoyed the time, and hopefully we repeat on Sunday.
And we've seen now a couple times some of the first team guys come and play with you guys. How does it work when you guys are trying to integrate first team players into your games? I imagine there's not a ton of practice time. So playing a guy like Eric or Josh when he played, how does that whole process work when you're planning for a game?
Well, there's two things. First of all, a lot of time they ask because they ask with Caleb if it's a possibility for them because they're really eager to play. And that's one aspect. And second, the way Caleb mentalized his group of a culture of winning and compete. Those guys arrive here and they mean really well. So then it's just a matter of get everybody on the same page on the strategy on the day type of thing. But they're so eager to contribute and mean well that it's really easy.
Thank you, Laurent. Next, we'll go to John Pearson, followed by Jeffrey Wood. If you would like the question after that, please click raise hand. Go ahead, John.
Hi, Coach. It's nice to meet you.
Hey, John. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. I'm curious. Through 4 games, 3 points. What has surprised you so far this season that you were not expecting this early on?
Surprised me, and yeah and no at the same time is those guys they apply right away what we suggest. They have a capacity to right away transfer the idea and make it not only about themselves but about the team. And I'm surprised how this group composed of a lot of individualities initially it's still a working process, but is becoming a team and a collective and a whole entity. Really pleased, surprised, and also when I saw them together in preseason in North Carolina, not so surprised neither. So we're still gonna have downs too to fight, and it's of course the story of a high level soccer. But when you have that much of a companionship together, it's easier to deal with the storms, and hopefully you're able to manage them in the best way. But the way this group lives together is amazing me every day.
Thank you, Laurent. For our final question, we'll go to Jeffrey Wood. If someone else would like a question after that, click raise hand. Go ahead.
Hi, Laurent. Thank you for your time. The team's been able to string together 3 consecutive victories, including your first home victory last week. How important is it to win again at home on Sunday before the team hits the road once more?
It's everything you said in your question. We obviously want to make an impact on our second game to confirm like it's good to show something interesting once. Can you be consistent? And also facing adversity. Can you keep driving the same mentality when things doesn't go necessarily your way individually and collectively? So yeah, we're really eager to confirm the few positive that we've made so far, and especially before hitting the road again for sure. Toronto is really dangerous, especially transitioning. So we're going to design together what looks the best for us, but we're still going to be equal of what we're looking at, which is going to go.
Thank you, Laurent. Next, we'll go to Pat Murphy, and then Jeff Wood will finish us off. Go ahead, Pat.
Laurent, you just sort of started to touch on it, but I was curious about Toronto, what you've seen from them and kind of how you plan, without giving away too much, obviously, how you plan for that team.
Yeah, really dynamic. Comfortable in tight space. A lot of people project from second line transitioning. Not necessarily really high, but then they try to build their press step by step and until they commit numbers. Like I said, really comfortable between lines and play across the field. The transitioning part, they have no problem sitting in a 4-1-4-1 type of thing deep and kind of transition from there. So we'll see, but really a quality team moving forward. So it's going to be a really competitive game.
Do you think, given what you just said about them being okay with sitting deep a little bit, that this would be a game that would require a bit more patience from your guys in terms of breaking down somewhat of a low block?
For sure. We all watch game, we see how tough it is now to break down a deep block. And the worst part of that is what can come behind when you get frustrated and overcommit numbers or decisions to get punished. And so can we find a balance between being patient, but yet commit the opponent to force them making errors, and at the same time manage the transition so we don't get exposed too much. Same story. It's going to be who does it better. It's going to be an exciting game.
Thank you, Laurent. Just going to conclude this segment with head coach Laurent Courtois. Up next, we'll be joined by